Ever feel like you're just drowning in information sometimes, trying to figure out what's actually important? Well, that's exactly why we do the deep dive. And today, we're diving into something really fascinating, actually. A piece of engineering, of design, that's just got a new twist.
Sounds intriguing.
Yeah, our source material today is all about the new Bulgari Octo Finissimo Automatic in sandblasted yellow gold. And our mission, really, is to unpack what makes this watch tick, you know? Is it just another model, or is it a real evolution of a modern icon? We'll dig into its history, its surprising features, and why it stands out.
And it's a great subject for that. I mean, the Octo Finissimo line, it's not just known, it's famous for breaking thinness records, right? And that signature look.
Exactly.
It all kicked off with that sandblasted titanium. But what's really interesting here with this yellow gold one is that it's not just a new color. It actually brings back this mattified gold idea that was, well, a real favorite before. And now it's got some pretty significant upgrades, too. It's a thoughtful evolution, really.
Okay, so let's maybe rewind a bit. Go back to the start. You mentioned the sandblasted titanium automatic that really set the look, didn't it?
Absolutely. That was the foundation. And since then, I mean, the collection has just exploded. We've seen steel, ceramic, all sorts of colors. But this matte gold thing has its own little origin story.
Right.
Yeah, the buzz around the automatic really started, I think it was Baselworld 2018. They launched 3 versions then.
Okay.
The titanium, naturally. Then a sandblasted steel one, which was coated in white gold and palladium. And crucially for today, a sandblasted rose gold version.
Ah, rose gold first.
Yes. And there's this anecdote in the source material, I remember reading it, about wearing that specific rose gold one during a shoot in Rome one summer and just instantly falling for it.
That's interesting because, you know, gold, you often think, bling, right, a bit flashy. So why the rose gold? What made that one specifically so appealing to the person in the source? It seems kind of counterintuitive.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And it gets to that point about, you know, perception versus reality in luxury. This person, they usually go for white metals, more discreet taste. So gold wouldn't be the obvious choice.
Right.
But the finish, that non-reflective matte sandblasted surface on the Octo Finissimo, it just changed the whole game. It gave, as the source puts it, a warm case and bracelet without the bling.
Huh. I can picture that.
It was a real revelation. Now, our founder, Frank, he loved the titanium, the lightness, the monochromatic look. But for the person in the source, the gold offered something different, that bit of weight. It actually worked against the feeling you sometimes get with these super light titanium watches, that they might be, I don't know, too fragile.
Yeah, like they might just float away.
Exactly. The gold added this like reassuring presence, a bit of heft that surprisingly made it feel more robust, almost practical in a luxury sort of way.
It's funny, yeah, sometimes those ultralight ones feel almost unreal. That weight probably grounds it a bit. Okay, so that matte rose gold was a surprising hit, and now Bulgari's building on that with this kind of quiet reintroduction, right? The mattified gold Octo Finissimo at Watches and Wonders 2025. So quiet it wasn't even officially shown at first. That adds a bit of mystique.
It does. And the most obvious change this time around, it's 18K yellow gold.
Okay, yellow now.
Yellow gold. But, and this is key, it still has that crucial sandblasted finish. So it's about as muted as gold gets. Fully monochromatic again, case, dial, bracelet, all yellow gold. It really respects that original look.
Right.
Of course, it is brighter than titanium and heavier. The source says it has marginally more punch than the old rose gold version.
Marginally more punch.
Yeah, but you still get that really nice tactile feel from the matte surface. It's still about understated luxury.
That's a fine line to walk, though, isn't it? Moving to yellow gold, even sandblasted. Does it risk getting closer to that bling territory they avoided?
That's a fair point.
Yeah.
But I think the sandblasting is just so transformative. It's not shiny. It doesn't catch the light in the same way. So yes, it's warmer. It has more presence than the rose gold, perhaps. But it still keeps that subdued textural quality. It's maybe less stealth, as you said, but definitely more thoughtfully luxurious than, say, a polished gold watch. It's warmth and depth, not flash.
Okay, I get that. Now, beyond the metal itself, what about the mechanics, the construction? Any significant changes there? I heard something about the water resistance getting a major boost.
Oh, you heard right. That's actually a massive evolution here. Consistent with most of the newer Octo Finissimos, this yellow gold one gets a revised case and, crucially, a screw-down crown.
Ah, screw-down crown. That makes a difference.
Huge difference, because it means the water resistance jumps from the original 30 meters up to 100 meters.
Wow, 30 to 100. That's That's huge for a watch this thin.
It absolutely is. And it's more than just a spec upgrade, you know?
Yeah.
It shows Bulgari listening to how people want to wear these watches, not just for special occasions, but daily. They're saying, yeah, it's record-breakingly thin, but you can actually live with it. Go swimming with your 50 grand watch if you dare. Well, yeah. But it firmly puts it in that luxury sports category now, balancing the thinness with genuine everyday robustness.
Okay, that's a really significant shift in usability. But the inevitable question, does boosting the water resistance mean sacrificing some of that famous thinness? Is there a trade-off?
There is, yes, a slight one. The thickness is now 6.40 millimeter, up from the original 5.15 millimeter.
Okay, so noticeable on paper.
On paper, yes.
Yep.
But let's put it in perspective. It's still, as the source notes, one of the thinnest of its kind. I mean, think about comparable watches, like an AP Royal Oak Jumbo, the 16202 ST, or a Patek Nautilus 5811G. Both of those are over 8 millimeters thick.
Right, okay. So it's still very much in the ultra-thin camp.
Absolutely. And the 40 millimeter diameter, the overall design language, it's all consistent. It still looks unmistakably like an Octo Finissimo. That striking profile is intact.
Gotcha. Now, the dial, that's always a key part of the Octo Finissimo aesthetic, isn't it? The integration.
Totally. And they stuck to the formula here. The dial is made from the same material and finishes the case, so sandblasted yellow gold.
Creates that seamless look.
Exactly, that sort of one-piece effect. And for contrast and legibility, you've got blackened hands and black markers. They really pop against the gold during the day.
And how does that sandblasted yellow gold feel visually? Is it trying to be discreet or...
Well, it's not going to be as low-key as, say, titanium or steel. But the source describes it as having a subtle, restrained, luxurious effect that feels more understated, sartorial, and modern. It's a specific kind of look. It whispers luxury rather than shouting it.
I like that. Whispers luxury.
Yeah. And that whole aesthetic carries right through to the bracelet, obviously also 18K yellow gold, fully integrated.
Okay, so stunning outside, tougher than before. What's making it run? What's inside? Is it a new movement for this updated case?
Good question.
Yeah.
Because the movement is really the heart of the Finissimo magic. And no, they're sticking with the calibre BVL 138.
The tried and tested one.
Tried, tested, and truly exceptional. It's the same movement from other key versions. It's a manufacturing movement, all done in-house by Bulgari. And it's still one of the thinnest automatic movements out there, just 2.23 millimeters high.
2.23 millimeters. That's just insane. How do they even do that?
It's clever engineering. They use a platinum micro-rotor for winding, which is already efficient and compact. And then the components are laid out more horizontally rather than stacked up.
Ah, spreading them out.
Pretty much. And despite being so thin, it still runs at 3 hertz and manages a very healthy 60-hour power reserve, which is pretty impressive for something that slim.
Definitely impressive. So this isn't just a limited run or anything. It's here to stay.
That's right. It's now part of the permanent collection. And the price point reflects its position retailing for 51,500 euros, or CHF 45,200 Swiss francs.
Wow. Okay. So what an incredible deep dive, really. We've gone through the Bulgari Octo Finissimo Automatic in sandblasted yellow gold. It really feels like Bulgari took something people loved, that matte gold concept, and didn't just bring it back, but seriously upgraded it. Making what seems like just a material change actually quite complex and really compelling. Balancing that extreme thinness with genuine usability now.
Yeah, and if you sort of zoom out, look at the bigger picture.
Yeah.
This watch really makes you think, doesn't it, about what luxury means today. Maybe it's not always the loudest, flashiest thing.
Right.
Maybe true luxury is more about that thoughtful execution, the surprising details, the understatement even, how subtlety combined with real functional improvement can actually feel more opulent, more desirable.
So a final thought for you listening.
Yeah.
What does this all mean for you? When you think about this deep dive, maybe the next time you see something that looks familiar, maybe you'll look a bit closer. Look for those hidden upgrades, that muted brilliance that really sets something apart. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other sort of unassuming innovations are out there just quietly changing the game?